By the way, the campaigning in Carmarthen never finished. Never finished. The papers in Carmarthen from 67 to 70, it carried on the same until I lost in October 74. The hatred, the arguments, the letter writing between members, one against the other. Well, you know, it's a study in itself. If somebody at the time, I've got all the papers, if somebody at the time to go through the local papers of Carmarthen from 67 to 74, it is unbelievable. No such campaign has ever been run in Wales and will never ever be run again. It is a unique period, and so little has been written about it, and that is because a lot of the media people and a lot of the people who've written books are pro-Gwynfor people. So they don't want that great struggle story to come out, because Gwynfor never lost, did he? Do you realise that? Gwynfor didn't lose in 1970. It's never written in the history books. It's only a sentence. You know, it's a by the way event. You know, the man went on forever, didn't he? Seamless transition. Whereas those 7, 8 years, he was taken through the mill, I tell you. And I did take him through the mill. I remember once in a meeting on the Central Wales line in LLandovery, in the town hall in LLandovery. In fact, it was the first meeting I had with Gwynfor, first time I ever met him. And as usual, the MP starts first, and of course, he walks right into it. He must have thought I was a young, wet behind the ear guy. He didn't realise I could speak. He didn't realise that I'd been a lay preacher. He didn't realise that I don't need notes to speak or anything of that kind. He prepared his anti-Labour, anti-London, and I had my speech, and in front of him, he was sitting next to me. I just ripped it up. With the crowd there, I had prepared a speech, Mr. Evans, nothing about politics, all about transport in Wales, all about the Central Wales line and how to save it together. But since you behaved in the way I've read about you over the years, here goes. And I wiped the floor with him. He never looked at me properly again ever after that. Anyway, that's just an aside. But the point is, that nastiness of the campaign carried on for years. Okay? And should it have done? I don't know. Did it do me damage? It might well have. Because maybe I should have just behaved as an MP above the struggle, left the arguments alone. Now, that could have been an alternative strategy. I've won the election. You go on and campaigning if you want. You say all the nasty things you want to. I'm not responding to anything. But that was not how it happened. Because A, the Labour Party wouldn't let it happen. The Labour Party locally wouldn't let it happen. You know, they were chaffing at the bit to get a Plaid Cymru all the time. You know, it was like two Rottweilers. And there were some people who became infamous in Carmarthen, ordinary people. There was a guy on Plaid Cymru's side, D.O. Davis from Lancaredig, who wrote endless letters. I'm not talking a letter that goes in the Western Mail of 6 paragraphs. I'm talking 6 columns of the whole paper. And then he'd be answered the following week by a guy that we had in Brynam, Thomas John Howells, who was just as fanatical, the other side. Now these things are historical documents. They really are quite amazing.